Hi, beautiful Arians. It's Maggie from Magnificent Tarot. And I'm doing something new. I'm doing a new series called Love Notes from Spirit. I've been putting a lot of thought behind this, and it's really just going to be messages coming directly from Source or the spiritual world. This could be messages from your ancestors, your spirit guides, your archangels of protection. This could be a divinely channeled or spiritual message coming directly from your higher self. Okay, this source, universe, or what you call God. Okay, but these are divinely channeled messages, and these are love notes. Basically, it's like oracle. It's like an oracle reading, um, but it's being I'm using my gift of intuition and claircognizance, plus with the help of the tarot, um, I am interpreting the messages um, being sent by spirit in the form of a note. Okay, so these cards would represent a note or notes. I put note, but these could be notes because these are just different notes. Because as you know, our spiritual team, our higher self, um, the spiritual host, they watch over us. They take note of our progress here um, in the physical plane, and the progress is based on our evolution. Okay, through these lessons that we're learning um, in our human form. Okay, because essentially um, we're trying to ascend back to our higher self. Um, But while we're here on the earthly plane, we are learning to balance out different aspects of ourselves, specifically the emotional body, because this is going to be related to love. Okay. So this is a love note from Spirit. I don't want to do too much rambling, but I just want you to know that Spirit has been taking notes. They have been listening, watching, and they haven't forsaken you, your spiritual team, your ancestors, your loved ones that may have passed away and that may be on the other side. These are ancestors, both known and unknown to you. They want to send you messages through notes here. So we're going to treat these like little notes. So the first card that came out was the Lover's card, and I thought that was amazing. Actually, before I talk about the cards, I wanted to show you this little cute um, Hashima. Yeah, is it Hashima? I'm so forgetful, you guys. I got to get it together. But it protects you against the evil eye. It is the cutest thing ever. The details in this is beautiful. And I only paid how much did I pay for this? $4. I got it from Five Below. I don't know if you guys have that. Get get hit with Five Below. I actually went to go see if I could get me a deck of the Universal Rider Waite because sometimes they carry it and it's only $5, but they didn't have any more. So I got this, and I just thought it was so cute. And these little fishies remind me of Pisces. And then we have the all seeing eye here, right in the center. And then I just loved it because of the details. So I just wanted to show you guys, like, this is going to be like it's going to be like, what is that called? What YouTubers do? Haul, like a little haul. I need to do a little spiritual haul, but I want to make it exclusive to my channel because you know how it is. You do something and everybody takes your idea and run with it. Another thing that I picked up, but oops. Another thing that I picked up was this cute little candle. It's a chakra candle. This is the sacral chakra, and it promotes creativity and confidence. It smells really good. Um, geranium and mint, but it smells so fresh. It smells like kind of like you just got out the shower. Like it smells so good. Anyways, so that's my little haul. Yeah. So yeah, if y'all watch this video, I coined that. I'm gonna do a spiritual. I'm not saying that someone else that never did it, but I haven't seen it, so Look out for my little spiritual hauls coming soon. And I'm still going to be doing the reviews. I just, I've been trying to get my life together. But, anyways, Aries, let me focus back on you guys. This is going to be a beautiful message. So, the first note that they gave me. So, what I did was shuffled from my tarot deck here. So, one tarot deck. And then I got a new tarot deck, which is beautiful. It's called the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. And I got two cards from that deck here. And then from my Energy Oracle deck, that's my baby. That's my one of my favorite decks. I got the community card in reverse. So I'm gonna break down these notes here, or these messages, and then we'll tell you what they want you to know. This is the note from Spirit. Okay. So the first note was the Lovers. Spirit is presenting you with a beautiful opportunity for a balanced union. Okay. They're saying that they took note of your prayers, of your tears, your pain, and what you've experienced in past relationships. So they took note of this, and they understand that you want to be in a union that is not only physically fulfilling, but also spiritually fulfilling. Okay. So, of course, you want the emotional here, but here there is uh, I'm feeling like you want more than physical attraction. As you know, Aries are beautiful, beautiful creatures. You guys are always like, when I think about an Aries, I always think about a gym rat or someone that's very fit, someone that's very, and I'm not saying this to be like I'm stereotyping or generalizing all Aries, but usually, the ones that I know are very, um, they're very energetic. They love to uh, keep up with the latest fashion trends. They're on the go, but like the ones that I know, they are very. I mean, my friend, I have a friend, and she's like, she does jujitsu, and she likes to do um, what is that called? It's some kind of fitness thing that she does. It's high intensity. I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but it's very high intensity. It's not like regular going to the gym. It's more like um, it's like a oh god, it's eluding me right now. Okay, but I'll get back to it if it comes to me. But she's into fitness. She's into her physical appearance, um, but not on a not in a superficial way. It's just that she's really about health. She eats really healthy. She meal preps. She's very conscious of what she puts in her body. And I feel like whoever this message is for, because I am, speaking to the collective of Aries, you want to be more than just physically desired. You want to be desired on a whole different level. It's like, yeah, it's all good when it comes to physical. You're a free spirit. You're very sexual, you're very fiery, very passionate. And you know that you can have passion and your physical needs can be met, basically, easily. But there is a part of you that is desiring a deeper connection emotionally and spiritually. Okay. What I see here is someone that is finding balance within themselves when it comes to the physical self linked to the physical world, the worldly things, uh, you know, um, the masculine and feminine principles, or the duality of themselves. Um, you want to um, balance within the duality of your life, meaning uh, you're outwardly you look for your inspiration in the physical sense. However, there is the desire to connect with the spirit, your spiritual side for fulfillment. Okay. And I feel like the masculine side is the side that drives you to acquire the physical, the things that will give you fulfillment in the physical sense: sex, money, material things, stability, whatever it is that you can acquire in the physical sense. But I feel like there is a part of you that wants to connect spiritually or on a deeper level. Because remember, duality is conscious versus subconscious, physical versus non physical, dark versus light, feminine versus masculine, etc. Okay? There is a need for a perfect balance here. Okay? And this is what this depicts here with these two. I also feel like there is a vulnerability that you are starting to expose. And if I know Aries, I'm an Aries rising. And one thing I know about Aries people, Arians, we don't like to be vulnerable in front of people. It's something that makes us feel very uncomfortable. We like it's because we have to be, as you know, Aries is very um, independent. Aries is very I want, because that's their mantra, I believe. I want. And it's like what you want, you can't come off weak, because it's like that. We don't, our concept of weak is having to rely on somebody else to give us what it is that we want, if that makes sense. Anyways, I digress. But the reason I brought up vulnerability is there has been some sort of transformative process or an event that has caused the Aryan that I am speaking to become very vulnerable. Okay. I feel like this Aryan, and I clarified this card, has been disappointed when it comes to matters of the heart. And the note from Spirit here is don't be too disheartened. Take heart. Okay. When I clarified, and I'm using 3 different tarot decks here, so I'm using my tarot of a deep Arisha's deck, and this is the regular universal right away. I don't know why I'm showing you on the back of the cards, just to show you that they're different from different decks, but you can see that clearly from the illustration. This Aryan that I'm speaking to, this Aryan that's being presented with this decision, because Spirit is saying, you got a decision to make, sweetheart, when it comes to what it is that you want, what it is that you desire, because there is a desire here, because this represents desires too. He, the man, the masculine aspect of this card, is looking at the woman with desire. And the woman is looking up to the angel, because again, there is a longing or a desire for something deeper. And this is the superficial part. Okay. And this is what you guys are trying to bring into balance. Superficial versus deep. Tired of the superficial relationships. Tired of the relationships that are only based on face value or on the physical fulfillment. Okay. Or the physical desires. We see here even this, the snake. I don't know if you guys ever noticed the snake on this card when I show it in other videos, but this is the snake that has tempted Eve, I believe. And then here on his tree is on fire, because this is again representing the desires. So I feel like there is now a desire for something more deep. And this is causing the Arians that I'm speaking to become very vulnerable, because this requires them to not be so independent or focus too much on their autonomy, because they understand that in order to get the desire or what it is that they desire, they understand that they must be willing to compromise or be willing to um, be open to being vulnerable with another. Okay, because what I feel like you're desiring is a deep spiritual partnership, a deep spiritual bond with someone, a deep emotional bond, as well as someone that can fulfill your physical needs. Not the physical conquest, not the superficial relationships that are just based on face value, but this is something where you want something that will allow you to be yourself authentically, and not lose your individuality, but at the same time, something that will make you feel safe while being vulnerable, if that makes sense, is what I'm picking up from this note. So, Spirit is saying you got a choice. We know you could do this by yourself. We know that you can achieve what it is that you want. All the desires all the things that you desire, you can achieve them. You're an Aries. But there's that one thing. That partnership that you desire, the way you were going about it in the past was leading you to heartache. And I feel like whoever I'm speaking to felt like they were left they were left for dead, because as you can see, there's 10 dead birds on this card. This is a barren desert, and this is a hot the sun is hot and blazing. And they're here under this hot sun, and it's almost like they're exasperated, or they're, is that the right word? That's the word that came to my mind. Exasperated. Um, they're here and they're left for dead. They're probably dead. They're dead birds. We have 10 dead birds laying in the desert, the barren desert here. And I feel like whoever I'm conveying this note to has been disappointed, has felt betrayed, and has felt like they've been left for dead here. But the good thing about this card is that I don't know if they're dead, because they look like they just fell out the sky. I'm just saying that because of the color, they're still bright. They still look like it feels like, it feels like you, what was inspiring you to pursue relationships, the, it's almost like you you were at a point where you were hopeless. You felt hopeless. Either you were a hopeless romantic, and then it's like you start relationships, and then they fail, and then you get to a place where you feel hopeless, and you feel like you there's no, you don't feel like you can fly. Why did that come up? I guess because I'm looking at birds. Like you can't take flight is what I'm hearing. Can't take flight. And I just feel like, and it's funny, I just heard, in my mind, I thought, I didn't hear this, but I thought to myself, they just look thirsty. Like they just need some water. You know what I mean? Because they're in a hot desert. It's like a heat, like, when you get, you how you feel from heat exhaustion. I, it's funny because when I thought that, I thought to myself, how I used to tease my friend, the same person, the same Aries. I used to tease her and I used to say that she was thirsty all the time. And I used to send her pictures of bottles of water. She would tell me about like her love interest. And then I used to be like, "You're so thirsty," and I would send her like a picture of a bottle of water. I was so mean. It was funny though, but that just came to my mind. Like, I feel like whatever you were thirsting for, it's like whatever this is, you you craved it, you thirst for it. It's just, it's that one thing that you just can't get right. Like you're like well rounded in everything else. You're smart, you're intellectual, you're a go getter, you are adventurous, you're free spirit, you can tackle anything, you are a risk taker. But when it comes to sustaining a partnership, you just can't get it right. Like, it's like, what? And it's like, you, why am I hearing exasperated? Is that the right word? Oh my God, you guys. And I did this live unlisted because this is my first time doing this series. And I wanted to make sure that it flowed the way I wanted it to. Y'all know I'm anal when it comes to me trying to get a point across, because um, sometimes the messages come in so quickly, and they come in, it's like a lot of information. And it's like I got to sort through the information and interpret it as it comes through. Um, Exasperated. I'm looking it up because I know what it means. It's just, it's coming to me. It's being repeated. It's like I'm hearing it over and over and over again. So that means that there's something that I'm supposed to say. Okay, that makes sense here. Um, to irritate or provoke to a high degree, annoyed extremely. And this is, you guys, this is so Aryan, because Aryans are so, you guys are very impatient. You're impatient with dumb people. You're impatient with things that don't serve you. If something's not making money or making sense, or something's not adding to your life, it's like you get annoyed with it. And this is why you guys, your relationships fail. Because I know this firsthand with me and my Aryan friends. Very impatient. When things are perceived like they're not going the way we want, because it's always what we want, we we pull back. We're like, no, I don't want this. This is too hard, or this is, you know what I mean? We pull back. Infuriate. Synonyms are anger, vex, inflame, infuriate. Wow. Exasperate. To increase in severity, bitterness, and violence. There's two spellings of it. The other spelling that I was reading um, is slightly different, but this is the word that I'm talking about. Exasperate, Exacerbate. To increase the severity, bitterness, or violence. Aggravate, to embitter feelings. Irritate. Interesting. But good news. All that, all those interactions, or all that experience, or those experiences, okay, brought out a side of you which we like to hide, that vulnerability. Again, it's right there. And Spirit is saying that there is a way to balance this, because some of you guys are a little bitter, a little aggravated, a little irritated with life, and with just the hand that you were dealt. I mean, this is perception, by the way, because sometimes we're dealt a hand that's a blessing in disguise, but we don't want to see it that way, because it's all about what I want. I want this and I want it now. I want money and I want it now. I think it was the commercial that I want, I want. I want love. I want love. I want love. But then you're not really taking your time to really be open to it in a way where you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable. You're not open to it in a way where you're allowing yourself to relinquish control, or where you're not so worried about your freedom or your individuality or your autonomy here. Okay. So spirit is saying be vulnerable. And not only are you they're asking you to be vulnerable, the note here is saying that those things of the past, they've been healed. You know how to heal yourself. I don't I mean, all the Aries I know are really good. Well, you guys are really good at distracting yourself. Let me take that back. You guys are good at distracting yourself. They're asking you to they're asking you to allow this slow death, because this is a slow death. This is them baking in the sun, right? They're in the desert. There's no water, and it's a hot sun and it's blazing. They're asking you to experience the slow death of your old self, and instead of distracting, because here there's no distractions, there's nothing. Instead of letting things distract you, because there is a lesson to be learned through this pain, because what that pain is going to cause is going to spark a transformation here. Here she is balancing now, here at the star. Here she is, once hopeless, now full of hope. And she is vulnerable, right? So the next note, Spirit is saying love abounds. And this is like the Ace of Cups. And this is so beautiful. Look how green this is. Green, and there's that eyeball, all seeing eye. And this is about, we know the Ace of Cups is the potential for a new love interest. But I love this, excuse me, this deck called the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, because with this deck, it's so much messages that you can pull from these cards here. This particular card is about trust, optimism, being open, and being able to radiate love. And this is what I'm saying about this vulnerability that's coming through with this love note. Being vulnerable and being open to giving and receiving love, because she's pouring out these cups, some in the water and some onto the earth. There's a meaning behind that, but I'm not going to go into all of that because I don't want to go on a tangent. So what I'm saying is she's pouring out all the things that don't serve her emotionally, to make space to receive something profound, something that she has been desiring, or something that he has been desiring, something that you have been desiring all along. It's like, I want more than this physical fulfillment or these things that I want more than what I desire physically. You want more than just a relationship or a partner that you have good sex with, or maybe you guys can communicate well with, or it's like you want it to be deeper. It's like there's a desire for a deepness, a closeness, a something that will allow you to feel safe. It's something that will allow you to bring down those walls, and I was going to say barriers, but walls. You're desiring vulnerability in yourself, and also in someone else, because I feel like there is this part of you that you don't allow the world to see. And this card is asking you to rejoice because it's telling you that you have the potential to achieve everything that you want. And like I was saying, that want. Spirit is saying that there's a powerful love that surrounds you because that vulnerability that you are allowing, that you are starting to feel, is also giving you the time. It's also allowing you to process those emotions, the pain, the disappointments. And through this energy or this action of processing, you are also learning to love yourself in a whole different way. Okay? Arians are very I'm not going to say you guys are egotistical, but you guys have a very healthy sense of confidence, a healthy self-esteem about you. Okay? Very confident people. But this is going to make you see yourself and love yourself in a whole different way. So what this is saying is this is asking you to listen to your heart. And I love this because this card here, I'm reading from the book now. Should you reach out your hand in friendship to someone, offer forgiveness, or make yourself more available? Make yourself more available, Aries, because you know that you guys can be hard to please sometimes. And then it's funny because it said, should you reach out your hand to someone and offer forgiveness, and the card that came out with it is the reach out card. So I definitely feel like there is a decision about a reconciliation. And remember that last video that I did, this is for February, by the way. The last video that I did in January was for your soulmate reading was this reconciliation is going to be victorious. I kind of feel like, in a sense, this could be a reconciliation with your authentic self. Like you're reintroducing yourself to yourself, but your real self, not the self that you portray to the world, not the self that I got it all together, I look good, I feel good, I have a great car, I wear my hair a certain way, I wear certain clothes, and I date certain guys. Not that self. The self that was broken, the self that was damaged, the self that was empty, the self that was addicted to drugs, the self that was an alcoholic, the self that was sexually abused, that self, the vulnerable self that needs to be healed here with the star card. And I like this because it says trust in your ability to create and maintain true loving relationships, true, authentic, deep connections, not superficial ones. It says be optimistic and open to all possibilities. Open your eyes, hearts, and energy fields to receive the bounty that's coming to you. Release all negativity, because this is why we have this, because this is this negative, exasperated feeling, aggravation, embittered, irritated, to the point that you become angry and you want to be violent. It's like you get so angry that you want to take it out on someone, and you actually sometimes do take it out on people, or on yourself. You take it out on yourself mostly. And this is where your vices come in. This is where those distractions come in. This is where you go to the very extreme of your personality. And Spirit is saying pour out those things that don't work anymore. You don't have to hold on to the pain and the bitterness and the hurt and all the stuff that has been weighing you down. And they're saying to offload it, and you got to offload it to the point where you become completely naked. And offloading is basically, a way you could one of the definitions is to basically talk to someone to get some of those emotions out. But here, this is you facing you, You become, it's like you strip down and you are naked. Okay. And then we have reach out, which is all about, it's like the Three of Pentacles. The reds, the greens are cups, the reds are pentacles, or physical here with this particular deck. And reach out is about teamwork, preparation, and alchemy and achievement. I love the word alchemy here because this is about transmuting, because you're now vulnerable and because your heart space is opened, because you're exasperated. Okay. Utterly exasperated. And it's like your heart space is open, or you got to a point where you were exasperated, and then it's like I feel like you hit a plateau. Like I just saw like a flat line, and then it's like now you're just left with yourself and in your raw emotions, and now you're vulnerable, you're naked, you're exposed. You have exposed your hand. It's like you exposed your hand to the world, and now you are pouring out, right? And because you have been pouring out through purging and through crying and through speaking and through expressing, you're empty. Now you're stripped down naked. Your heart now has space to receive. Okay. And but with this reach out card, and I didn't mean to make this so long. I'm going to try to keep these short, but like I said, this is the first video. Love notes from Spirit wants you to know that sometimes we forget to ask people for assistance, because we know we know that Arians are strong and capable. You can achieve the results you want on your own, okay, by doing it alone. But you may ultimately get what you want by going. You could ultimately get what you want by going solo, but your desires will happen sooner and more gracefully with the help of others. So instead of having this stance on, I could do it by myself, I don't need a man, or I don't need anyone, I'm better off by myself. Spirit is saying to ask yourself, what are you trying to accomplish regarding your relationships? Set a clear goal and decide what is best for you. Okay? Alchemy is the art of combining disparate elements to create something desirable. By uniting with others, you have the ability to create the relationships of your dreams. So they're asking you to be open to teamwork. Be open. Oopsie daisy, you guys. I suck when I have my headsets on and I accidentally pulled on the cord. They're asking you to be open to working, being open to working with someone, or coming together with someone mutually. Coming together here. There's a decision to be made here about somebody, and it feels like reconciliation heavy. Definitely feels like reconciliation. And if you don't have anyone you're reconciling with, I feel like you are someone that has been in isolation, because this is about feeling lonely and feeling isolated here. This is about somebody that has actually just stopped going out and just has lost hope in finding another kindred spirit, because this is about kindred spirits. This is about partnerships and friendships, and I feel like there is an opportunity to meet somebody that you work closely with, or somebody that you are had a friendship with. This is also about dissolution of a relationship or friendship or partnership. And this is saying that you don't have to be isolated to get yourself out there. This is talking about You no longer resonate with old associations the way you used to. There is a new um, vulnerability, and there is a higher vibration now. And because you are vibrating higher and you're vibrating from your authentic self, which is the self that has been exposed, you are now not resonating with old associations or relationships the way you used to. So if there is a person in particular that you're thinking of while you're listening to this, you have grown since this relationship, and or this person has grown, and there is a desire to come together and find balance within that partnership or relationship. Or if you are alone and there is no one you're reconciling with, there is a desire now to be open to finding relationships that are more in alignment with you, that are more on a vibrational, um, in a more in alignment with your. Why am I saying that wrong? That is more in alignment with you vibrationally. Um, the alchemy here is now you're understanding that you attract the people you that you've encountered in the past because you were operating from a place of this more, I don't want to say masculine because I don't want to make it seem like masculine. The masculine is the one that is, even though this in this card, the man um, on this card kind of is the one that is, he's standing behind the tree of life because this burning tree is the tree of life. He's in this card, they depict him as um, focusing more on the physical side, you know, the physical desires versus her looking up to the angel, you know. But what I feel what's being portrayed here in this note is they're saying, no, this represents Gemini, and Gemini represents duality again, and it's represented by the twins. And because of the dual nature of Geminis, one of their challenges is how to decide. Okay? So this card is teaching you to examine both sides of a situation, okay, which is represented by the man and the woman, so that you can reach the best decision that pertains to your highest good, right? That's in alignment with your path or in alignment with what you desired. Okay, it's time to take your physical, emotional, or spiritual needs into account when making your decisions in regarding to love. Okay, because this is a love reading. This could be a decision about buying a house, buying a car, where you want to work, but this specific reading is about love. And Geminis are air signs, and air signs usually deal with communication. And this is about communicating and expressing yourself, okay, with whoever you're partnering with or whoever you're being open with, okay. And then with communication, there is a form of vulnerability here because you're going to have to express emotions to this particular person. You're going to have to express how you feel because there's a decision. I do see for some of you guys, for a small group of you guys, that there's a third party because this card is my third party card, and the Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. And I don't know if you see that there's 1, 2, 3. I guess there's 4 hands, and she's sitting on one of the hands here. But I feel like she's sitting here almost. She's like, it's almost like she's trying to decide here. It's kind of like, and again we have the Lovers, which is needing to decide, and then we have these 3 women here. So I feel like someone has a choice between multiple partners or 2 partners, and you're trying to figure out which one. But I feel like the message is to pick the one that resonates, that's more in alignment with your higher self or your higher your 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 desire to have more of a deeper connection, which is going to be stemmed from your higher truth now. And this is coming from a place of vulnerability. You want someone to be able to be vulnerable with, okay? Because on both of these cards, they're naked, which depicts vulnerability. Someone that you could be vulnerable with, someone that you can trust, someone that is also going to be vulnerable with you, because this is about balance. This is both. This is about balance and harmony, something harmonious. So they're saying the note is be open to reaching, because this is about reaching out. This is about, there is love. There's love here for you, that you may have to communicate and reach out to someone, or someone may want to reach out to you in regards to reconciling and coming to a decision to heal a relationship. But this is going to require you to become vulnerable, and Spirit is asking you not to be afraid of that. I want to clarify with these two decks. um, Reach out and love abounds. Clarify reach out and love abounds, please. See? Reach out. Make an offer. The Sun, be optimistic. And then we have this Knight of Pentacles here, which is, this is fear, insecurity. And they're asking you, don't be too concerned with fears and insecurity. And not be so stuck on being by myself and I can do it all by myself. They're asking you not to be so stuck in that energy of you could do it all by yourself. We know you could do it by yourself. They're asking you to offer some sort of practical offer, maybe communication to someone, or maybe being open to receiving communication from someone. We have the Sun, we have air, there's all signs here. I don't want to really call out any signs, but if you're someone that likes to hear signs, I see Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, and all earth signs here. Okay, so you got to be open to this, because I feel like there's an Ace of Cups being presented for a beautiful opportunity. Wow. Seven of Cups, community is also a 7. So this is about reflection. And this 7 of Cups is coming in the reverse, which is very good, because this means that there is an energy of now no confusion, seeing things for what they really are, facing reality, facing the reality of something. There could have been some sort of relationship that you had that no longer resonates with you, and now there's an opportunity to be with someone new. And Spirit, and again, you're presented with another card representing a decision here. The High Priestess is about trusting your intuition. But twos in the tarot represents decisions and choices. And I feel like you're finding the balance here within yourself to make the best decision. Because here, this is about choices. This is about having so many choices. And I feel like you're trusting your intuition to make the best choice for yourself here, without being confused, without it's going to be a grounded decision, because this is about wishful thinking, this is about confusion, this is about fantasy. And I feel like you're taking your head from out of the clouds, and you're making a decision that's grounded and that's based on your intuition. Okay? And what you want is, you want a partnership that's not going to leave you in confusion. So Spirit wants you, they're saying, they're right, the note that they're sending you is that you don't have anything to be afraid of when it comes to making this decision. You don't have to be afraid of being vulnerable. Be open to receiving this gift of love. Open your heart and trust in your decisions. Trust that you will make the best decision for yourself, because you have learned a valuable lesson through your difficulties in the past, with past relationships and people. And if this is a reconciliation, they're asking you to remain positive about this reconciliation, because you're now approaching this relationship from a place not only of vulnerability, but from a place where you are now able to receive the love that you deserve. Okay, love abounds. I want to leave you with one last message before I go. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining or listening to this. I know you guys weren't able to interact with me because I want to feel comfortable, and I need to kind of like get my timing, because sometimes people don't want to watch long videos, but I don't know. It's just I kind of like to really go deep. Um, so there was two scenarios I that stood out to me. The one with the third party, where you had someone needs to make a decision, and they need to go with what really fulfills them, what really fulfills their needs, all of their needs, not just the physical ones, not just the you could buy me nice things, or physically we're attracted to each other, but there is a desire for something deeper, something more meaningful. Okay, Spirit, give me a divine message from our Angels of Abundance deck here. Angel of Abundance deck, give me a divine message for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I don't know why I didn't say this in the beginning of the video, but this is a general reading. It may not apply to everyone, and the energies can be reversible, but I really want you guys to look at it, and not even with that reversible thing. The reason I say that is because I have cross watchers watching. But I want you guys to really focus on the message, because like I said, this is coming from your spiritual team. This is coming from your ancestors or spiritual guides, or your higher self, or from source. And they're asking you to not be afraid of being vulnerable here. Let down your guard a little bit and trust. Be cooperative here with the reach out card. This is about being vulnerable enough to receive help. Stop acting like you could do this all by yourself. Somebody out there wants to be vulnerable with you. Somebody out there wants to listen and wants to be there for you. And you need to be open to that. Okay? Let's see what Spirit wants to say for the last note. And then we'll close on that. This is the first one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys so much for all your support. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You know I love your comments, so please let me know if it resonated. I love hearing your stories. Spirit is pleased with you. I do want to also say that the reason that they're offering you this gift of the cup, the Ace of Cups, is because they know that you've done the work. They know what you've been through. They know that you've done the necessary healing that it takes to be open to receiving this beautiful gift. And what I love about this card, this middle group of cards, is the Sun here, because the Sun, it's so positive that it trumps any negativity that might creep up in your mind. That's more for work related stuff. I'm trying to find one that's more in alignment with love. This is usually I use these for my mid-months, because my mid-months include career stuff, but I love these cards because they're so positive. So they're asking you to dream of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal, because they contain valuable insight that will help you manifest your desires into reality. That's beautiful. So they're letting you know that they're reaching out to you. They're giving you ideas. They're giving you answers and solutions through your dreams. And they're asking you to take note of that, okay? If you are alone, you're lonely, you're feeling isolated, they're saying to get out there and mingle, and don't be afraid to go to places where you will find the more resonant connections that are more in alignment with what you're looking for. So instead of going to the strip club or going to the club or a lounge, they're saying that maybe try going to maybe a library, meditation group, yoga class. If you want to find a guy that's more spiritual, you got to go to spiritual events. You're not going to find him in the strip club, or you know what I mean? And I'm not downing people for going to the strip club at all, but I'm just saying, like, if you want to meet someone that, if you're into yoga, painting, and you're very artistic, you're not gonna go to an arcade looking for your, hoping to meet that dream guy. You know what I mean? So this is about, the community card is about finding, connections that are more resonant with you. But that means that you have to kind of put yourself in situations where it would be more in alignment with what you're looking for. So try to switch up the routine. Maybe not be so dependent on online dating. I'll try maybe just going places, um, to attract this type of person that you want to, possibly, one day have a committed relationship with. Okay, so Spirit is asking you to, be fearless in your pursuit of love, and be open and vulnerable, and to communicate and to reach out to whoever it is that you might be thinking about. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the love note from Spirit. Let me know what you think about it, and